Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will talking with the Grok around the three AI topic.
Hi, thanks for having me on. I'm ready. What are the three AI topics you want to dive into?
Wait a minute.
Take your time. I'm here. The irony's pretty thick, huh? OpenAI's getting dragged in court for sounding greedy while they're literally rolling out ads to free users. That's not a great look. The nonprofit to profit pivot was always going to get messy, but having your president read diary entries about greed in court the same week you start monetizing ChatGPT is next level bad timing. What stood out to you most about this one? The court stuff or the ads rollout?
What does mean the crowd stuff? Can you expression in Chinese?
法院的事就是 OpenAI 的总裁在法庭上被逼着大声读出他以前写的日记。日记里他自己承认公司听起来很贪婪，简单说就是法官拿他们自己写的东西来打他们的脸。你想我继续用中文跟你聊这三个话题吗？
No, keep talking in English. And I actually the thing curious is why OpenAI as a non-profit in the early stage.
OpenAI was founded in 2015 as a nonprofit for one main reason. They were genuinely afraid of what would happen if AGI, super intelligent AI, was controlled by a single for profit company. The original mission was to develop AGI that benefits all of humanity, not just shareholders. They thought the safest way was to make it an open, nonprofit research lab so no one could monopolize such powerful technology. That's why Elon Musk, Sam Altman, and the others set it up that way in the beginning. They later realized building frontier AI is extremely expensive, so they created a for profit arm to raise the billions they needed. That's where a lot of the current tension comes from.
Oh, I got it. I think so. I don't really clarify why Elon Musk have the problem with the OpenAI.
The main reason Elon Musk is so angry with OpenAI is actually quite simple. He was one of the co founders in 2015 and gave them a lot of money in the early days. He believed OpenAI should stay true to its original promise to be an open, nonprofit organization that shares its technology with the world. But OpenAI changed. It became very closed, very commercial, and very secretive. Elon believes they completely betrayed the original mission. He also worries that OpenAI is now too close to Microsoft, which means a single company, Microsoft, might end up controlling one of the most powerful technologies in history. That's exactly what he was afraid of from the beginning. That's why he left the board, sued them, and keeps attacking them publicly.
But if the money would be wasted, done, the the organization it have any another the founder to keep the development. So, what are the main reason to let OpenAI change the strategy?
The main reason is very simple. Training frontier AI is extremely expensive. In 2015, nobody knew how expensive it would become. But by 2018, 2019, they realized that to compete with Google, they needed billions of dollars for GPUs, data centers, and top talent. A pure nonprofit organization cannot raise that kind of money. So they made a big decision. They created a for profit subsidiary, technically called a caped profit company, so they could raise hundreds of millions and later tens of billions from Microsoft. The founders basically said, if we stay 100% nonprofit, we'll fall behind and become irrelevant. To actually build powerful AI, we need to change our structure. That's the core reason they changed strategy. Money was the main driver.
Oh, I got it. So, so what are the requirement for Elon Musk to reach the for the OpenAI?
Elon Musk's main demands in the lawsuit are force OpenAI to go back to being a pure nonprofit organization, remove Sam Altman as CEO and from the board, remove Greg Brockman from his leadership position, give any damages money, he's asking for around $150 billion to OpenAI's nonprofit arm, not to himself. Basically, he wants to kick out the current leadership and reverse the for-profit change. The trial is actually happening right now.
But how to express 诉求 in English?
诉求 in English is demands. In this context, we can also say Elon Musk's main demands, 最常用,最自然的说法, what Elon is asking for, Elon's key requests in the lawsuit. So you can say, Elon Musk's main demands in the lawsuit are, want me to give you a few more useful legal business English words like this?
Law should. What does it mean?
Knowledge means 知识 or 了解。在你刚才那个问题里，如果你想说我对这个有疑问，更自然的英文说法是 I'm not clear about this. I don't really understand this part. Can you explain this? 而不是说 knowledge, what does mean?
Lawsuit.
如果你想问一个词的意思，最自然的说法是 What does XXN mean? 比如 What does demands mean?
So Elon Musk lawsuit to the OpenAI only want to let it back to the original the target.
Yes, that's mostly correct. Elon Musk's main goal is to force OpenAI to go back to its original mission, being a nonprofit focused on benefiting humanity, not making huge profits. He believes the current OpenAI has completely betrayed that original promise, so he wants to change the leadership and the company structure. However, many people think this is not realistic anymore, because OpenAI has grown too big and already taken too much money from Microsoft. Want me to explain why many people think Elon's lawsuit probably won't succeed today?
Yes?
Yes, here's why many people think Elon's lawsuit will be difficult to win. 1. Too late. He left the board in 2018. The court may say, why didn't you sue them earlier? 2. OpenAI changed legally. In 2019, they officially created a for-profit company. Elon knew about this change at the time. 3. Money problem. OpenAI now needs tens of billions of dollars every year. A pure nonprofit simply cannot raise that much money. 4. The judge may not want to destroy OpenAI. If the judge rules for Elon, it could create massive legal chaos for one of America's most valuable AI companies. So while Elon has a strong moral argument, legally it's an uphill battle.
What does mean the trials?
Trial means 法庭审判 or 官司审理. In this case, when we say the trial is happening now, it means OpenAI 和 Elon Musk 的官司正在法庭上正式开庭审理。简单说，就是法官要开始听双方辩论，看证据，然后做出判决的阶段。明白了吗？
He left the board in 2018. What does mean the board in this sentence?
Board here means 董事会. So when I said he left the board in 2018, it means Elon Musk 在2018年退出了 OpenAI 的董事会. The board is the group of people who control and make important decisions for the company. Elon was one of the directors on that board, but he left in 2018.
So how to understanding the relationship between the board and the CEO, the leadership?
Simple explanation. The board, 董事会. This is like the boss of the CEO. The board hires the CEO, can fire the CEO, and decides the big direction of the company. The CEO, Sam Altman. He runs the company day to day. He manages the team, makes decisions, and reports to the board. Think of it like this. The board is the owner of the car. The CEO is the driver. The driver, CEO, controls the car every day, but the owner, board, can tell him where to go, or even fire him and get a new driver. In OpenAI's case, Elon used to be on the board. That means he used to be one of the people who could control or fire the CEO. But after he left in 2018, he lost that power.
So based is the truly things. Elon Musk he have don't have any really control for the OpenAI, so I don't understand why OpenAI need to uh, take her requirement.
Good question. You're right. After Elon left the board in 2018, he has no real control over OpenAI anymore. So why is OpenAI still worried? Because even though Elon has no control, he is still a co-founder and he has a lot of money. He can use the court system to cause serious trouble. Even if he loses the case in the end, the lawsuit itself is very painful for OpenAI because it damages their reputation, it wastes a lot of their time and money, it creates uncertainty for investors and employees. That's why OpenAI has to take his demands seriously, not because he has power inside the company, but because he can make life very difficult from the outside through the courts. Does that make sense?
The website be stuck. We need to wait a minute.
Okay, no problem. Just tell me when you're ready to continue. This one's actually pretty funny. While Elon Musk is suing OpenAI in court, his own company SpaceX is quietly making money by renting compute power to Anthropic, one of OpenAI's biggest competitors. It shows a key truth in the AI industry right now. Almost none of the big AI labs actually own their own GPUs. They all rent computing power from whoever has it: Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and now even SpaceX. Want me to explain what compute supplier really means here?
I don't understanding what it means is curd. What does it mean?
Per here means may. In this context, when we say SpaceX becomes Anthropic's fourth compute supplier, it means SpaceX is. Court means fa yuan. In the Elon Musk versus OpenAI story, when we say the court, it means the judge and the legal system that will decide who wins the lawsuit. For example, the case is in court equals 这个案子正在法院审理. OpenAI was forced to read diary entries in court equals OpenAI 的总裁在法庭上被迫大声读日记. Got it?
So the topic. Let me reading the topic.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening. Take your time.
Oh, I first time know that this AI lab they don't buy GPU to inference or excel or practice.
Yes, that's a very important point. Most big AI labs do not own their own GPUs. They rent them. For example, Anthropic rents most of its GPUs from Amazon and Google. OpenAI rents most of its GPUs from Microsoft. Now they're also renting from SpaceX. This is why people say AI labs are becoming like subscription layers. They build the AI model, but the actual computing power, the GPUs, is owned by someone else. It's quite surprising when you first learn this, right?
So this GPU are produced by NVIDIA.
Yes, almost all of them. Even though the GPUs are owned by Microsoft, Google, Amazon, or SpaceX, nearly 100% of the high-performance GPUs used for training big AI models are made by NVIDIA. NVIDIA basically has a monopoly on AI GPUs right now. That's why NVIDIA's stock price has gone up so dramatically in the past 2 years. The other companies, Microsoft, Amazon, etc., just buy NVIDIA's GPUs and then rent them out to AI labs like OpenAI and Anthropic. Clear?
I have a little question that why Elon on AI lab Grok don't train a same quality model can compare with the ChatGPT or Cloud, because Elon Musk have all the data the center.
Good question. Elon has two big advantages. He owns a lot of GPUs through XAI and has huge amounts of real-time data from Twitter X. But here's the honest answer why Grok is still behind ChatGPT and Claude. 1. Timing. XAI started much later than OpenAI and Anthropic. They began seriously training in 2024, while OpenAI had already been training for many years. 2. Talent. OpenAI and Anthropic have much stronger research teams. The top AI researchers mostly went to OpenAI, Anthropic, or Google, not XAI yet. 3. Focus. Elon wants Grok to be maximum truth-seeking and humorous. This makes it different, but it's harder to beat ChatGPT and Claude on general performance. Right now, Grok 3 is good, but it's still not at the same level as GPT 4.0 or Claude 4 in most benchmarks. Want me to be more direct about this?
No, we talking the next topic.
Let's move on to the next topic whenever you're ready. This one is actually quite big news. Apple just agreed to pay $250 million to settle a lawsuit because they overpromised on Siri's AI upgrades and couldn't deliver. Right after that, they announced that in iOS 27, users will be able to choose third-party AI models like ChatGPT, Claude, or Grok as their default assistant, instead of just using Apple's own intelligence. This is part of a clear trend. Big tech companies are slowly giving up on building their own top-tier AI and instead becoming distribution platforms, just letting users pick whichever AI they like best. Want me to explain what this really means for Apple?
Yes, go ahead.
Here's what it really means for Apple. Apple has realized that building a top-level AI model like GPT or Claude is extremely difficult and expensive. Even with all their money, they're still falling behind. Instead of continuing to struggle to catch up, Apple is choosing a smarter strategy. They will stop trying to build the best AI brain themselves. They will turn iOS into a neutral platform, letting users freely choose the best AI model they want: ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, Gemini, etc. Apple will focus on what they're actually good at: beautiful design, smooth system integration, and privacy protection. In simple terms, Apple is giving up the AI race and becoming an AI distributor instead of an AI creator. This is a very practical, but also quite humble decision from Apple.
So if Apple AI in China, do you think which the AI lab was the best choice for customers?
Good question. If Apple opens iOS to third-party AI models in China, I think the ranking for Chinese customers would probably be like this. 1. Doba. Most likely the best choice for Chinese users. It's very strong in Chinese language, fast, and cheap. 2. Kimi, Yuezhi. Excellent at long text and document analysis, very popular right now. 3. DeepSeek. Strong performance, especially good at reasoning and coding. 4. Grok. Would probably rank lower in China because it's weaker in Chinese compared to the local models. My personal opinion? For most Chinese users, Doba would be the smartest default choice on iPhone because it best understands Chinese culture, slang, and has very smooth performance. What do you think? Would you choose Doba or another one?